Are you ready to unlock the mysteries of the human mind? Today, we'll be diving into the groundbreaking bestseller, Thinking, Fast and Slow, by Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman. Prepare to discover the secrets behind how we make decisions and how you can improve your thinking to become a more rational and effective decision-maker. Stick around to find out more. Welcome back to Wise Book Summaries, where we distill the wisdom of bestsellers into engaging and informative videos. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get your regular dose of knowledge. Now, let's dive into the fascinating world of thinking fast and slow. In this book, Kahneman explores the two systems of thinking that govern our decision-making processes. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional, while System 2 is slower, more deliberate, and logical. By understanding how these two systems work together, we can learn to navigate their strengths and weaknesses, ultimately making better decisions in our personal and professional lives. System 1, our fast thinking system, is the intuitive part of our brain that operates automatically and effortlessly. It quickly processes information to help us make rapid decisions. System 1 is responsible for our gut instincts, snap judgments, and the initial impressions we have about people and situations. For example, imagine you're walking alone at night and suddenly hear footsteps behind you. Your heart races, and you feel a surge of adrenaline. This is System 1 at work, quickly analyzing the situation and preparing you to react. On the other hand, System 2 is our slow, deliberate thinking system. It requires more conscious effort and helps us solve complex problems, analyze information, and make rational decisions. When we engage in activities that demand concentration, like solving a math problem or writing an essay, we're using System 2. Consider a situation where you need to calculate a 15% tip on a $60 restaurant bill. This task requires deliberate thought and effort. That's System 2 in action. Now that we know the basics of both systems, let's explore how they interact. System 1 is always on, providing us with intuitive responses and impressions. System 2, however, is more of a supervisor, stepping in when we need to make more complex decisions or override System 1's impulses. For example, when we encounter a social media post that triggers a strong emotional response, System 1 might urge us to respond impulsively. System 2, on the other hand, can help us pause and reflect on whether our response is appropriate or if we should take the time to gather more information. Although both systems are essential to our decision-making processes, they're not perfect. They're susceptible to cognitive biases, which are mental shortcuts that can lead to errors in judgment. Kahneman explores several biases that can affect our thinking, including anchoring bias. This occurs when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we encounter when making decisions. Confirmation bias. This is our tendency to search for, interpret, and recall information in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. Availability bias. This bias leads us to overestimate the likelihood of events based on how easily we can recall similar instances. To overcome these biases and make better decisions, Kahneman suggests several strategies. Be aware. The first step in combating cognitive biases is to be aware of their existence. By recognizing that our minds are susceptible to these errors, we can be more vigilant and proactive in addressing them. Slow down. When faced with a decision, take the time to engage System 2 and think more deliberately. Consider the potential biases at play and whether they're influencing your judgment. Seek diverse perspectives. Encourage open dialogue and seek input from others with different backgrounds and viewpoints. This can help counteract confirmation bias and provide a more balanced perspective on a given issue. Challenge your assumptions. Regularly question your beliefs and assumptions, and be open to changing your mind when presented with new evidence. This will help you stay adaptable and make more rational decisions. Another key concept in thinking fast and slow is loss aversion. The idea that we're more sensitive to potential losses than equivalent gains. For example, the pain of losing $100 often feels more intense than the pleasure of winning $100. Loss aversion can impact our decision-making in various ways. such as causing us to be overly cautious or avoid taking risks that may ultimately be beneficial. To overcome loss aversion, try focusing on the long-term potential of a decision rather than the immediate risks or rewards. Kahneman and his colleague Amos Tversky developed the prospect theory, which helps explain how we evaluate potential gains and losses. The theory suggests that we make decisions based on the perceived value of outcomes rather than their absolute value. Our perception of these values is influenced by factors like our current financial situation, previous experiences, and emotional state. Understanding prospect theory can help us make more informed decisions by considering the factors that influence our perceptions of risk and reward. The final concept we'll explore is priming, the idea that our behavior and decisions can be influenced by subtle cues in our environment. For example, studies have shown that people exposed to words related to money are more likely to exhibit selfish behavior. Being aware of priming can help us recognize when external factors may be influencing our decisions and take steps to minimize their impact. In Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman provides a fascinating look into the inner workings of the human mind. By understanding the two systems of thinking, the cognitive biases that affect our decision-making, and the strategies to overcome these biases, we can make more rational and effective decisions in our personal and professional lives. That's it for our summary of Thinking Fast and Slow. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Wise Book Summaries for more book wisdom. Until next time, keep learning and growing. And remember, think fast, but also think slow.